speaking of a brave new world of content and the way in which we consume things, I have to ask you about Zack Snyder's Justice League. It's basically out there that Martian Manhunter was always meant to be a part of Zack Snyder's original cut. It was always rumored that your character in the first two Zack Snyder's Superman films was meant to be Martian Manhunter. Can we put those things together?
I think, we could put the rumor to bed. Yes, I am the Martian Manhunter.
Hooray!
Yeah, so I am eternally grateful to Zack for seeing it through. It came about in a very circuitous way, right? The fans demanded that his vision be given a fair hearing, a fair viewing, if you will. And so he actually tagged me on a post. It was an Instagram post where he showed the canisters of the cut, of Snyder cut, and so it's complete. When exactly it comes out, I don't know. I've heard March. I don't know when in March, or even if it will be in March. But that said, I'm over the moon about it. And to be, in all honesty, I had never heard of Martian Manhunter until Zack, brought him to light. And of course, a lot of fans did know about Martian Manhunter. But I tell you, he's a founder of the Justice League, a co-founder, a very powerful figure. And it's going to be great to be up there with Batman and Superman and my pals. So yeah, I'm once again like a kid at a candy store.
I want to go through the timeline a little bit, because from what I've read in past interviews, you were basically, Zack Snyder brought you in initially for the role in Man of Steel. And I think he made it, there was some comment about how he loved your voice. At that point, was it just you're just playing the general? You're going to have some great lines. You're going to get to face off against Superman, and maybe we'll see you next time.
Well, at that time, that's what I thought. I thought that it was going to be a one and done situation. I was playing Calvin Swanwick, right? I knew it was a great part, but this is an interesting. To go back a little bit further, Liz, when I was with the big agency, and I was on a television show, and then the show got, canceled or what have you. Interestingly, that show was Dollhouse. And so it got canceled, and my agency kicked me to the curb, and I'm sort of sitting around. I was like, oh man, well, that's a fine how do you do after 10 years or whatever. And it's like, and then I saw on the television that they were going to be rebooting the Superman franchise.
Right.
Oh man, I've always loved Superman. It's been my favorite hero all the time. I would do anything to be in that. Yeah, I didn't even think it was. A couple of weeks later, the phone rings, and my new agent is like, hey man, they want you in this movie, the Superman thing. I was like, get out of town. Yeah, come on. Who are you kidding? It's like, no man, they really want you. They know they want you in the movie. They aren't sure what part, but they want you to do some testing with potential Supermen and Loises and so forth. And they're going to do a kind of shoot. Mm-hmm. Like, hell yeah, I'll do it. And so, technically speaking, I think I was maybe the first actor cast in it, but obviously it's not the Swanwick movie, it's Superman. But that said, I was over the moon, and I walked out. I remember seeing Henry Cavill in the suit, and he was actually wearing Christopher Reeve's original suit, and he had this huge fan, and he had the cape because they wanted the fan to blow the cape, and I was like, man, this is I can't top this. There'll never be anything that I could reasonably expect that's going to be better than this, and I'll be damned if Zack Snyder didn't top it. By making me Martian Manhunter. So yeah, it was great. It was a real boon to my ego at the time, because like I said, I had just been released, from this thing, and this allowed me really to get back in the game in a very big way, and I was happy about that.
Man of Steel, you had no idea.
None.
Were there any hints? Were you given any hints or any suggestions in Batman versus Superman in the making of that film?
No.
Okay. When Zack Snyder was developing his Justice League, that's when it was like, by the way, your character is actually Martian Manhunter?
I never saw the script. I didn't get a chance to read the script because they keep all of those things. They were still being developed, and they keep all of that under lock and key. So, you know, I had already done the two, and I was on the blacklist at the time, and they had to agree, you know, for the scheduling. What was going on? It had been cleared. Everything was going. I went to the premiere with my wife of Batman, Superman, and my sister-in-law. And so it was really, I think they were going to say something when I got to London to shoot, that was, you know, the kind of hidden thing. But they tried to keep all of that information out of the public sphere for as long as possible until it's all signed off on and that. So yeah, I was in the dark until rather late, you know, frankly.
You know, Zack Snyder posted, you know, basically concept art, you know, you're revealing that Martian Manhunter was always going to be a part of it. And recently, and I think the note that came with it was that he wasn't able to get, basically it's like he had everything except you in the can. So was it over the last few months that you got that footage in the can?
Yes. You know, this is a brave new world, as we talk about, but yes, you know, so I was on a green screen basically. So you can actually film things in a way where you don't have to, you know, endanger people. But I did shoot, yeah, with Zach and his team back, I think in August or something like that. We did a small little thing.
Would it have maybe been October?
Yes, it was. I'm sorry, Liz. Yes, it was. It was.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes. In terms of that shooting experience, what, you know, you're just against a green screen, I guess. So it's not maybe as, you know, physical as it could be. But how was that experience?
Well, it was great. You know, I mean, that is to say, as an experience, you know, whenever you're doing these things, I was in the Matrix 2 and 3 as well. And you're acting on a green screen. So none of, you know, that's not really a change. To me, like there's all kinds of stuff that they add later. And you have to just do what it is that you're going to be doing. And so that's how it went. It was, you know, what it is we do. Yeah.
No, of course.
I can't say too much about it, Liz, you know.
Of course. I mean, you know, before we move on from Martian Manhunter, he is a character I really enjoy just because I think he has such a fascinating backstory from the comics. You know, do you have your take on him? Do you have like your kind of perspective on who he is as a character?
As a founder of the Justice League, obviously that is you know, he's a good person. He's a heroic figure. He's, you know, not a bad man. Like he's trying to actually make the world better. So, you know, again, I think anybody in that league is already sort of determined, you know, to be virtuous. And I think he's a very virtuous character. As to say, I didn't know much about him. I did some research later, you know, to just sort of shore up my knowledge about who this guy was. But yeah, you know, I think a lot of it is going to be in the hands of Zach and the context of what it was that was shot, you know, in London, I guess a few years back now.